Welcome. Welcome. It's time to start Wonderfest Science Improv Blitz. Thank you. Thank you for being here. This is part of the Bay Area Science Festival. My name is Tucker Hyatt. I'm the founding director of Wonderfest, the Bay Area beacon of science. Yay. Thank you. Tonight, we have some university researchers right here, and we have some expert improvisers. You're going to hear from all of them, a nice mix of science and improvisation. As far as I know, never done anywhere on Earth before. Let me tell you just a little about the scientists, and then I will introduce the improvisers to do a little warm-up exercise for us. Wonderfest produces many programs. One of them is called the Science Envoy program. Wonderfest canvassed some of the best Bay Area scientists, mainly university professors, asking for their best PhD students to train to become science communicators. These folks here on your right are 3 of the 8 Science Envoys for 2013 and the beginning of 2014. They're great researchers and they're becoming great science communicators. That's part of what tonight is about. On your left, we have some expert improvisers, recent alumni. They're Stanford improvisers, and their names are Mona Thompson, Anwar Hahn, and James Mannion. And they're going to give us a little warm-up exercise to get you in that improv mood. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Mona.
I'm Anwar. I'm James. Okay, it's working.
Great, and we will be back in a bit to do some more improv with you. Woo-hoo.
All right. I want to assure you something about the heart of improv here. The scientists and the improvisers have not spoken about this. They don't know what each other is going to say. In particular, the improvisers know nothing about even the subject that any of these scientists is going to discuss. All right, so just imagine how hard this is. It's going to be fun, though. Our first speaker is Lauren Popov. She's a Stanford PhD candidate in microbiology and immunology. If it's infectious, she loves it. Please welcome Lauren Popov.
Hello. All right, so I'm gonna ask you guys to imagine with me for a second that aliens have landed on Earth and they have come up to you and they're trying to figure out what you're made of, trying to understand our species. And you might imagine, as part of trying to understand our species, that they would perhaps measure our cells. And if they did that, they would find that we are vastly more microbial than human. And what they would find is that actually there are about 37 trillion cells that make up the human body. There are more than 100 trillion bacterial cells in the average person. If they looked at the genes present in your body, they would find that for every human gene, a conservative estimate is that there are 100 bacterial genes working in our biology. So they'd find that you are actually more microbe than human. So we've known actually that humans have this vast community of microbes living on and within us for over 300 years. And Antony van Leeuwenhoek actually developed the first microscope, and he picked a little biofilm off of his teeth and looked at it and described the very first bacteria. And just like that breakthrough in technology helped us understand these bacteria, new breakthroughs in DNA sequencing have allowed us to enumerate the bacteria living within us. And now we understand the huge contribution, the scope and the diversity of those bacteria. So now that we know that there are trillions of bacterial cells living within our gut, on our skin, in our mouths, in our hair, all over our bodies, we want to know what they're doing for us there. So it turns out that we're actually pretty blind to the ecosystem services that all of these microbes are providing for us, but we're starting to understand it. It seems like they help us digest our food, make vitamins, train our immune systems, and help our gut properly develop. And the next wave of all of this scientific knowledge is going to be trying to get the microbes to do what we want them to do so we can have better health outcomes. and that's already on the horizon. In fact, a very common treatment now for antibiotic-associated severe diarrheal infections is a fecal transplant. So we are already on the verge of modulating our human microbiota. So when you look at yourself in the mirror later tonight or tomorrow morning, try to envision yourself the way an alien might see you. A whole universe, a whole little ecosystem, kind of a world unto yourself of microbes, and keep in mind that you might just be considering yourself more microbe than human. Thanks.
Captain Zorg, it was a bad idea to conquer the humans. We should not have done it, Captain Zorg.
Tell me why, First Officer Johnson.
Well, the results have come back from the lab. We put a human inside of one of our processes. Are you okay, Captain?
Sometimes I get staticky when I'm nervous.
Well, you should be nervous for this news, because the humans are mostly disease. They're bacteria. It's disgusting.
Oh my God! First Officer Johnson, you know what this means. We can't use the humans as our livestock.
No,
They'll just infect everything that we've already built.
We cannot, Captain Zorg. It is a sad day indeed for our alien race.
We spent all this time and money and energy building these massive ships to conquer this small backwater planet. Thousands and millions of troops.
Oh, hi guys, sorry, I just wandered in from the lab. How long are you gonna keep me here as your human specimen?
Ugh, get away from us! You're so disgusting! Ugh. Ugh.
Are you okay?
Captain Zorg, get away from him!
Become more staticky.
Oh my God.
Captain Zorg!
Captain? No, they're microbes. They're helpful. They'll help me like digest, and they're microbes. They're not dangerous
Not
to humans.
only have you destroyed your own planet by polluting its waters and cutting down all of its trees and using up all of its resources, and by being very microbial,
Yes, Captain. What else?
but you have also murdered my captain, commander, and best friend.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry. Are you okay, sir?
I think I will be.
Sir?
No, I won't be. I will not be okay.
Do you want a transplant, maybe?
I don't.
Some medicine? We're working on it right now.
No!
Well,
I'm dying.
thanks for the spaceship.
Bethesda.
Yes, Bridgelsta.
As the witches on the northeastern coast, we
Yes.
are going to turn all of the humans into witches. For far too long, they've been capturing us and they've been burning us. But if they're all witches, then they can't.
Yes, they can't.
It's the most simple plan. I can't believe we've never thought of this.
I knew I hadn't thought of it until I got this microscope and started examining them. Now it's obvious how we'll turn them in. None of these newts and flies and cauldrons.
Here, we'll make the potion that will lure a human to us.
Yes.
As a test subject.
Yes, okay, ready?
The fecal transplant of newt.
Yes, in.
Yes, the infectious chamomile.
Yes, in.
Very sleep-inducing. The eyeball of Jabal.
Yes,
Jabal
eyeball of Jamal. In.
Okay, the magic words.
Yes. Science.
Is
Great.
yes.
Yes. We did it.
What's that smell? I'm lured to it.
A human. Make yourself invisible.
Oh, that smells kind of. Ugh. I'm getting sleepy.
Woo! Woo!
I'm also feeling kind of witchy. I'm being turned into a witch as well. This is weird.
And when
I'm going to
he
sleep.
appears, he'll be a witch.
Yes, we did it.
Ready? On 3, he'll become a witch.
1,
2,
3.
Ah!
Invisibility off.
Invisibility off. You're a witch.
I'm a witch, but you're witches.
Yes.
Yes.
I am a witch.
Yes.
Say the first words that are coming to your mind.
Science is great. Yeah.
Thank you, great Simps alumni. All right, our second scientist is Chat Hull, UC Berkeley PhD candidate in galactic radio astronomy. If it's far out and emits radio waves, Chat loves it. Here comes Chat Hull.
That was cool. As a drama nerd in college, I have many friends who are now professional improv members. This is good stuff. Closer? Okay. I'm kind of loud usually. So the question is, how do stars form? You might say, okay, well, you have a big cloud of dust and gas out there, and there's some particularly dense part inside that cloud that has its own gravity, and you pull all the stuff in, and you create a star in the middle. Okay. Galactic radiation. All right, we're good. So that's the basic level, right? But now take it up a notch and talk about angular momentum. So angular momentum is basically just rotational motion, right? And kind of like when an ice skater pulls her arms in and starts spinning faster, that exact same thing happens with material that's falling in to form a star. So the problem is that once you get spinning fast enough, you can't actually fall into the center and form the star. So what stars do is they form these great big bipolar jets or outflows that get rid of the angular momentum and get rid of the material so that more stuff can fall into the center. Now, one level up is what I look at. So I try and figure out how magnetic fields affect star formation. Magnetic radiation. How magnetic fields affect star formation. Now, magnetic fields are all over space, including in these blobs of dust and gas where stars form. And what people thought, because it's actually easier for this stuff to slide along magnetic field lines than it is to go perpendicular to them, people thought that the magnetic fields, which I can see with my radio telescope, and the outflows from these stars, which I can also see, should be lined up. But they're not. So the question is, why aren't they lined up? Is it because inside some of these blobs of dust and gas you have binary stars, so two stars going around each other that exert torques and forces on one another to change the direction of the outflows? Or maybe if you don't have a binary and you just have one star, maybe there are blobs of stuff falling in with different masses and different places and different angles that are actually twisting the star around so that the final direction of that outflow is totally random. So that is the next thing we're looking at, and is what I hope you all will help elucidate. Thank you.
Okay, come, my little ice skate ballerinas. Mrs. Twinkletoes is going to be conducting you in your star ballet on ice. Good job, Reginald. You've assumed second position.
Thank you.
Joshua?
Is there snack time?
Joshua, when is snack time?
Never. After we've skated until our feet bleed, teacher.
Well, Reginald, we don't encourage bleeding, but it is not snack time right now, but we've instructed your parents to bring some snacks afterwards. Joshua?
If Reginald needs to become a better skater and get rid of some angular momentum, he could just jettison me to the snack table.
Joshua, we know you're very preoccupied with snacks, but it's time for Mrs. Twinkletoes' star ballet. Reginald, would you like to demonstrate the first move?
I would. As your star student, I would be much obliged.
Yes, good job, Reginald.
Watch closely, Joshua.
Beautiful, Reginald.
Thank you.
Did you see the angular momentum, Joshua?
Yeah, I did.
Now you try.
Too slow! Bring your arms in closer to your body.
Yes.
I feel like I'm collapsing in on myself.
Oh, Joshua. Good job.
It looks like Joshua won't be able to appear in our ice dance. It looks like it will just be me, a solo star, out on the ice rink, no longer burdened by a binary star.
Yes, Joshua.
Stars do need a lot of space. So I'll just go get snacks and give Reginald plenty of space to shine.
Okay, fine, Joshua. Give me snack time. Let's see. Oh, no.
Caroline, don't you ever feel that we're just so popular, everybody wants to just come around us?
I know, Janet, like, it's like there's some sort of magnetic field around us, like attracting everybody to us.
It's like whenever we walk down the hallway, notice that everybody wants to go across our path.
I know, it's like walk parallel with us, not perpendicular.
We're like walking.
Hi, Caroline. Hi, Janice. You guys are really cool. Bye.
It just gets tiresome after a while, Janet.
It's like we're just like the stars of this school, and everyone else is just like ether, just like gas and dust.
Oh my God, I think you guys are awesome. Bye.
Yeah, keep walking. But I'm a little bit worried if things keep going like this that my bipolar disorder is going to get out of control.
Oh my God.
I've been working on it though.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, if this doesn't get out under control, then I might just start bringing everything in instead of getting rid of the things that I've been getting rid of.
Oh my God, Janet, don't. You'll get fat. You will collapse in on your own weight. That's how fat you will get.
Thank you. We just gotta stick together and be like the binary stars of this school.
Yeah, I get it. We're like two best friends.
Right? Can we just do a hug?
I guess.
And
What?
see.
We have to do a lot more. We have to do many more.
Thank you, improvisers. Oh boy. Before introducing our next scientist, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Wonderfest, the Bay Area beacon of science. In the back of the room, there's a sad little red bucket. The bucket used to contain, there it is, Eric Yao, chair of the board of Wonderfest, is holding up the expensive bucket. Is there still money in the bucket? Eric, do you see anything? All right, there is. There's not. Eric's trying to stick it in his pocket. All right, there have been some donations to Wonderfest. I hope you will also consider doing so. Wonderfest is a nonprofit organization. Its mission statement says that Wonderfest events are designed to stimulate curiosity, promote careful reasoning, challenge unexamined beliefs, and encourage lifelong learning. If those strike you as being valuable goals, please consider donating to Wonderfest. There's also a little piece of paper, several pieces of paper in that bucket that you can take home and fill out that will guarantee to the IRS that your donation is tax deductible. So please think about giving something. All right, our next scientist is Karen Walker, a UC Berkeley PhD candidate in infant psychology. If it's small, if it's adorable, if it poops at will, she loves it. Welcome, Karen Walker.
spirit of improv, I'm going to use a script for all of you, okay? Human beings interact with the world in ways that seem strangely divorced from reality. We daydream about the future, we imagine events, and we create elaborate fictions from myths to movies to improv comedy. And this is particularly puzzling when you consider how prevalent fiction is in the lives of very young children. By the time they're 2 or 3, children quite characteristically spend much of their waking hours engaging in pretend worlds. Given that human children are the best learning machines in the known universe, why would they devote so much time and energy to constructing and contemplating unreality? We've proposed that children's brains are constantly constructing and revising a kind of causal map. These are similar to the more familiar spatial maps that we use to get around. But rather than representing the relationships between objects and locations in space, causal maps represent how complex causal relations between events and provide an abstract picture of the way that the world works. So once you know how one thing is causally related to another, you can predict what will happen to one of the variables if you act to change another. And the ability to reason about these kinds of causal relationships allows you to generate predictions about events you've never observed and consider how things might turn out differently. So according to this picture, one of the things that makes causal learning so powerful is that causation not only allows you to explain the world as it is, but it allows you to disengage from the data and to imagine alternative outcomes. And pretend play in childhood may simply be a precocious display of children's developing abilities to set false premises and then follow the causal effects downstream. So from this perspective then, not only does causation give fantasy its logic, but fantasy makes causal learning possible. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, Mrs. Johnson.
Yes.
I am Mr. Smith, your
Nice.
son's preschool teacher.
It's so nice to meet you, Mr. Smith. How is little Jeffrey doing?
Well, I sort of don't know how to say this, but we've been having some behavioral problems with little Jeffrey. You see,
What, Mr. Johnson? Behavioral problems?
even by a preschooler's standards,
Yes.
Jeffrey has been spending an inordinate amount of time in imaginary worlds that he creates in his head.
Well, Mr. Johnson, in
So
our-
much so that if you talk to him, he doesn't even respond in a way that's coherent.
Well, Mr. Johnson, in our household, we read a lot of stories, so maybe he gets ideas from those stories. I mean, I thought at this age all kids were making things up, right?
Huh? Not quite like Jeffrey. You know what Jeffrey said to me the other day?
What did he say to you?
He said, "My mother is a dragon."
No, that's crazy. I'm not a dragon.
I can see that.
What else did he say?
He said, "My father is a dragon who is a woman."
No, that's not true either. Definitely
Now,
not true.
these things might be reasonable for a preschooler to say every once in a while.
Yes. I assure you, Jeffrey's household is very normal. Very, very normal. Nothing out of the ordinary in our household. I don't know where he gets those ideas.
Could you please give me a rundown of what it is that you have Jeffrey do every day when he goes home?
Oh, well, when he goes home, like any normal kindergarten student, he walks into the house, he eats a small snack of live human pieces that his parents have collected from their Dragon Wars. I mean, Cheerios.
I'm sorry, what was that last thing that you said?
He just eats a small snack like any normal dragon child, human child?
I think you said Cheerios. Go on.
Sorry, Cheerios. He eats the snack. He washes his hands and his face afterwards, like any normal child would.
Of course.
And then he lies down and takes a rest. That's it. Perfectly normal household.
I'm a little bit concerned about these dragon human pieces of flesh that you have him eat.
Oh,
every
no,
day.
I didn't say that, did I? Cheerios.
Oh, no, of course. You said Cheerios. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
sorry.
For a second, it sounded like you said that you have him eat, but it was Cheerios, of course.
Yeah.
Well, this is strange indeed. I really can't figure it out. I can't figure out what's wrong.
Yes. Well, Jeffrey's a very normal.
I'm sorry. Did you?
Mom,
Yes?
can I eat Mr. Smith now?
Jeffrey. Okay, fine, go.
No.
Josh, could you explain to me the cause that you showed up after your midnight curfew on a Saturday night?
Yeah.
I'm just looking for the reason that you might show up at 2
Right.
in the morning
Right,
with
right,
your
right.
mother sitting on the couch waiting for you to come home,
Right.
thinking you crashed in your parents' car on your way home or at some party or
Yeah.
whatever the kids are doing in high school these days. Just the reason or the cause why that might have happened.
Well, so it was a long story.
Okay, Josh, I have time. I've been up since 2 in the morning, until 2 in the morning.
So I went out at 7 p.m., right, with my friend, Janice. You may know her.
Okay, yes.
Flashback. So I went out at 7, right?
Yes.
And Janice came to pick me up, and I was like, "Hey, Janice, how's it going?"
Hey, let's go on this date.
Right? And so, like, we linked arms, and we went to the ice cream parlor in the nearby park.
Sure, an ice cream parlor, really? Is that where you went?
All right, no, we went to the strip club. Okay?
I'm sorry. Why are you taking me to a strip club on our first date? This is very weird.
So Janice asked me why I took her to a strip club, and I had a perfectly legitimate reason.
Okay.
You're damn right I just asked you why you took me to a strip club. You better have a perfectly legitimate reason for this.
Well, I've been working extra, to make money for cram school over the summer as a janitor. And so I brought my girlfriend to the strip club where I work.
Okay.
Right?
This story sounds a little fishy, but I'll let you go on, Josh.
Oh, you just want to show me where you work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so sorry that I reacted in
You
the way that...
totally misjudged.
I'm so sorry. Listen, this is great. This is a big step for us.
I just want you to see that I'm like a hardworking guy, and I'll pay you back for those things that I borrowed at that
So,
time.
are you and Janice, dating now? Did you tell me, do you have a girlfriend?
Can I ask you a sort of a weird question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you consider me your girlfriend? I'm sorry, I don't want to put labels on anything or anything.
Yeah, I just don't want it to get weird.
Well, it's already gotten pretty weird. I mean, you did take me to the strip club that you work at. I mean, I think we've gone through a lot together, so maybe it wouldn't be so crazy if you referred to me as your girlfriend.
Sweetie, that's so nice. You have a girlfriend. Aww. How could I be mad at you?
I know, right? And then after that, we just went up to the city, and we drove around, and we walked places and
Oh, sweetheart.
bought things. And
Is she coming over for dinner?
yeah,
Can we meet her?
yeah. She's actually coming over right now.
What? At 2 in the morning? Has she been waiting in the car?
This whole time.
Honk!
Oh my God, Aaron!
Come on in.
Jeez, you had me waiting out there so long.
I just had to explain to my mom our totally legitimate reasonable night.
Yeah, and now we'll eat dinner at 2 a.m.
There's a cause for everything, Mom.
Okay.
Una más. As you can see here, we have child number 0023.
Yes.
We call him the Learning Matrix.
The learning matrix.
As we've discovered through our research,
Yes.
and thank you for coming, Princess Diana.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming, Princess Diana, to fund our top secret research
Yes.
on children machines.
Yes.
Let me describe to you what they do.
Okay, go on, Dr. Sprocket.
We have learned through advanced research
Yes.
that children are the best computational machines that there are.
No, they
Yes.
do mental math?
They can do mental math, cognitive math, arithmetic math, quantum math, any kind of math you can throw at them, they can do.
Oh my God. Quantitative math?
Yes,
Amazing.
it's quite amazing.
And arithmetic math, you said?
They can add 1 and 1 and 2 and 3.
Amazing.
2 and 3 is 5.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
As
That's
you can
brilliant.
see, they're quite advanced. We're
Yes.
planning on using them for any number of things. Financial transactions, the defense department can use better computers.
Yes.
We can put them in learning centers so teenagers can learn from children.
What if you give it a more complex equation? Like,
Like,
21 divided by 3 times 2.
14.
Wow.
they're quite advanced.
Amazing.
Yes, they're
To make it
quite.
any harder than that, though, I'm not so sure. But I
Kevin-
can do that one pretty fast.
They're still in the developmental stages.
They're quite talkative, these children.
Yes, we haven't quite figured out how to get them to only answer the computation, but we're still working on that. That's why we need more funding.
Oh, yes, I see. 7 plus 2.
9.
They can even do intermediate steps.
Then 9 times 4.
28.
There's a margin of error there.
Sorry, that was wrong. The answer is, I think I might have ADHD. Even
no.
computer children can get ADHD.
Yes.
You make me sit in this chair all day,
Oh my-
computing numbers, and
Yes.
I am so tired of it.
He is quite talkative.
Yes,
What
we-
if I want to dance? What if I want to play sports?
don't know how to turn them off?
Oh, God.
We-
A pat on the head?
Ow! You are abusing me. I am a child computer.
No,
Why?
Perhaps you should come back at another time and we'll sort this out.
Oh, no, but this little child, I feel so bad. I've stressed it out with all this math.
Where?
Computer
Where?
Oh, God.
Where?
Is that
Where?
yours?
Where?
My hand is on your
Where?
shoulder to give you comfort and love. Maybe our research was wrong.
Yes.
Maybe we shouldn't be using children to do computations.
Oh, dear Lord, then what would we use them for?
Maybe, and I'm just spitballing this here because this is my life's work,
Yes, Professor Sprocket, do go on.
but maybe we could let them play
What?
and let them range free and eat candy on Halloween.
Oh, no. Would you like that child to eat candy on Halloween?
Candy? Dressing up like scary creatures?
Yes.
Getting to walk around instead of being in my cage all night?
Yes. How does that
I don't
sound?
know. Sounds boring.
Well, if this could work, this could
Yes.
be even better than what we have now. Imagine a child computer, long-term investment. When they grow up, they become a productive member of society.
Oh, my gosh. They could go to school, and then more school, and then graduate school even.
Yes, they could be at a Wonderfest someday,
Oh, my God.
talking about science and helping other people become better human learning computers.
Oh, my God. Child learning computer? Could you imagine a future in which you spoke at a festival about science?
What if I didn't speak at a festival about boring old science and was an improviser instead?
Oh, don't be preposterous.
That would never happen in a million years.
Let's see.
Scene.
And Andrew Merrill, you're in the house? Andrew Merrill. Ah, Andrew Merrill. All right. Andrew Merrill is a PhD candidate from Stanford, candidate in the study of the social insects. If it's small, if it's creepy, if it likes to hang out with its brothers and sisters, Andrew Merrill studies it. And
thank you, Tucker. So for the next 2 minutes, I'd like to explore the question, what is an individual in an ecosystem? And so I'd like to explore that question by considering 4 different examples, the first of which is a coral reef. And so I want you to close your eyes and imagine a coral reef with all the brilliant colors. And as you zoom in on one particular area of the reef, let's say it's this pink kaleidoscope of colors, and you might think that is an individual. That's one species of coral amongst all these other species of coral. And you'd be right, maybe that is one species of coral. But as you zoom in even further, you'd see that it's actually a colony of individuals comprising the coral. And if you zoomed in even further, you'd see that within each individual polyp, it's actually a mutualism between 2 different species, the coral itself and an algae that can photosynthesize. So now, journeying from the shallow waters of the coral reef to the deep sea, there's another creature that would have been right at home trick-or-treating last night. And that creature is the anglerfish with its huge jaws and the lure with the little bioluminescent blinking green light, perhaps. And in this case, if we zoom into that blinking light, it's not actually being produced by the fish itself, but by bacteria that are living inside that organ of the fish. So again, what appears at first to be one individual is actually at least 2 different individual species living together in a mutualism. The third example is actually similar in the sense that it involves bacteria, but it's much closer to home. So all humans actually have bacteria living in our gut, and yes, hundreds of species, maybe thousands, the role of which is only just beginning to become understood by modern science and medicine as well. The fourth example, and probably my favorite, has to do with ant colonies, which is what I study. And so in the case of an ant colony, you might think that the ant is the individual, and in a certain sense you'd be right. However, each ant in the colony, or most ants in the colony, cannot actually reproduce themselves. And so the only way that that lineage, that genetic lineage can continue into subsequent generations is for the queen of that colony to produce reproductive offspring, which she does occasionally when she's not making non-reproductive offspring. And so in this sense, it's not the individual ant that we can think about as the individual, the ecological entity, but the entire colony that is one entity itself, the so-called superorganism. So that's the thought that I'd like to leave you all with tonight. Thank you.
Queen?
Yes, servants.
You know, I've been new to the colony and everything, so I'm still
Yes.
getting the lay of the land, or
Yes.
the lay of the below land,
Yes,
as the
servants.
case may be.
Yes.
And I was told I'm supposed to come here and you just kind of produce offspring. How does this work?
Oh, ha ha ha. Well, very great question. First, we go out to dinner.
Really?
Do you have a place in mind?
We could go to Tom's cave
Great.
down the way.
Let's go.
All right. Going to dinner with the queen. Pretty
Yes.
sweet.
It's a very complex process,
All right.
servants.
Okay. Do you want to have a seat?
Yes, thank you. Chair?
Yeah, of course. Jeez. They told me you were high maintenance, but I didn't realize what they meant.
Yes, well.
Because I'm an ant.
I'm just testing you out now to see if I like you.
Here's
Waiter.
your fresh leaves and
Thank
a bit of do.
Thank you, waiter.
Is everything all right with that order? It's pretty much all we eat around here, but I don't know. You're the queen, so.
Yes, no, this is good. This is the part where you engage me in dialogue about myself. You, yes, servant.
Wow. All right. So, when did you become queen?
I have been my whole life. Next question.
What's your favorite part about being queen?
I like meeting new people.
Like humans or other ants? What do you mean?
Oh, other ants.
Oh, great. I was a little bit self-conscious for a second because I'm not a person. So.
Don't display weakness.
Okay.
Seem confident.
Of course not.
Yes.
So, queen.
Yes.
How many dates have you been on?
102.
Jeez.
Yes.
Wow. And when do you die? Like, how long can you keep doing this?
I die tomorrow.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
Well, let's see if we can make your last mating session with another ant be all you ever expected it to be.
Yes. Now is the point where you ask me if I would like to go back to the colony hill.
But you have hardly touched your twig.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm getting carried away. It's all this dying tomorrow business, you know?
Look,
Yes.
let's take it slow, all right?
Okay.
I know you only have a little bit of time left, but that doesn't
Fine.
mean that we can't enjoy it.
Okay, fine.
Now, I don't know. Maybe you want to learn a little bit about me. I know you're the queen and all, but I figure since this is your last meal,
I've never asked one of my servant ants about them on all 101 other dates. So how long have you been a servant ant for?
like a day.
Wow.
Yeah, I was born yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What do you do in your free time?
Oh, you know, after I finish bringing all the giant leaves into the colony and, you know, tending to the larvae, I just kind of poke stuff with my antenna because it feels good.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you have any siblings?
Oh, yeah, like 1 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're great. They're great. Ronnie's my favorite, though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This is the nicest date I've ever been on.
Really?
Yes.
You're not just saying that because you're going to die tomorrow?
No, I'm not just saying that. I mean, you must not have been on many dates, but
No.
you were
Because you're the
born-
only person to date around here.
That's true, I guess.
Sorry, Aunt.
Yeah, I get confused sometimes too. Servant?
Yes, Queen? And my name's Todd, by the way.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you if you had a name.
Yeah.
Wow, Todd.
Yeah. Do you have a name other than Queen?
Yes. Diana, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I remember when you were a princess. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been around for a
Well,
while.
Queen Diana, it's been really great. You know, I gotta say, I was really nervous because, you know, Ronnie was telling me about this whole thing, and he was like, yeah, it's like a real quick, like, take her on a date, in and out, you know, like, just like, for the good of the colony type thing. And so I was like a little bit worried, like, is this all there is to being an ant?
Yeah.
But I feel like I've really made a connection with you.
Wow, thanks. That's really good. Would you like my phone number? We could maybe hang out tomorrow before I die.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I'd like that.
Great. Walk me out?
Sure.
Nobody knows we're twins. They think we're one person.
It's so great because when everyone talks to me, they think they're talking to you.
And whenever you touch me, they think they're talking to you.
Oh, you're the best, Julie.
You're the best, Julian. We look so much alike, even though we're different genders.
We should totally tag team talk to Tim.
Yeah. Last time I talked to Tim, I made him think I was really angry and he was going to have to be really nice to me if he wanted to keep being my boyfriend.
Can I play you?
Yeah. Oh, he's coming. Go.
Julia, I made you a cake.
Hey, Tim.
Look, I just want to say I'm really sorry about making you so mad last time, and you look beautiful and more handsome than ever.
Thank you. But, you know, cake's not enough to just make me happy.
Really? But I even wrote in the frosting, I hope this makes you happy on the cake.
I know, but I have to give you a hard time, so I purposefully read that. And now I'm telling you, cake is not enough.
All right.
You really hurt me when you didn't open the door that time.
What?
Yeah. Remember? You didn't open the door. Oh yeah, it's a big thing.
I am getting the impression
That you
here that you
didn't
are
open
just
the door.
making up things to be mad at me about.
No. Then there was that other time too when I asked you to feed my cat Freddy and you said sure, and I went on a trip with my twin brother.
You don't have a cat named Freddy.
Yeah.
Your twin brother has a cat named Freddy.
You got me.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are you Julian?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
We
I'm
got
just
you.
joshing with you. I'm just joshing.
God.
Yeah, watch the cake. Watch the cake. Just put
Jeez,
that
for
up.
a second. I mean, I was going to start kissing you.
I
Wow.
know, right? Well, I've been growing out these like hippie locks, so you know.
Yeah.
Which one's which,
Whoop, whoop.
Whoa, you're making me dizzy.
right?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, huh?
Wait, so,
So
Did you just-
I'm Julia.
okay, you're Julian. You're
Yeah.
Julia,
Yeah.
I made you a cake. Julian already,
Yeah.
had his comments to say about it, but
like a little.
Oh, you had some. Yeah.
I made it for you.
Should I leave you? Do you guys need to talk about some?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can,
sure. You stay.
I'll
Stay.
just,
You're part of the
Just
family.
be like here.
Yeah, we're close. That's fine, right?
We're just
That's
like,
not
we're like
weird.
we're like a super organism.
We're like super close. Like it's hard to tell us apart.
Right.
Like that people don't know we're two. We're kind of like one. We need each other.
It is kind of weird that every time we hang out, you're both together all the time.
Well, I mean, all I'm gonna say is please give me more room in the bed. That's all I'm asking.
That's it. I mean, honestly.
Wait.
That's not too much to ask,
Yeah,
right?
that's
You,
not too much.
Julian. All right.
We've been.
We share everything. It's
Yeah.
fine. We're really close. There's nothing weird about that.
You know
You
what?
like hanging out with us. What?
I'm sorry, but I just realized that I don't have to do this anymore.
What?
What?
And I'm breaking up with you both.
No. What?
Well, you can't.
Oh my God. He's really serious.
I'm leaving.
Oh no.
And once I leave, everyone in this room will look exactly the same. Because that's all you are. Just two people who are exactly the same. And I'm different, and I'm leaving.
Oh. Well.
So take that.
Well,
Wow. He really did leave.
yeah. I guess that's just you and me now.
You want some cake?
Sure.
Okay. No. You're gonna be the cutest little anglerfish on Halloween.
No.
You got the big thing that hangs down with the glowy light.
How's my little anglerfish boy?
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited because it's gonna be dark outside, but that's why I got a little flashlight as part of my costume.
That's right, Steven. Mommy and Daddy are so proud.
You're gonna go out there and you're gonna scare everybody and just light it up right in front of you.
I know. I hope someone is dressed up as a plankton and I can eat them.
You're gonna attract all the kids to your little light, and then you can just fake attack them.
Oh, I have my camera. Show me your best scary.
Here
Okay.
you go.
Roar!
Oh, that's just precious.
I'm gonna cry. I'm so happy.
They grow up so fast, Judith.
Yeah. Last year he was just a goldfish. Yeah.
And next year I'll be a shark, I hope.
Oh gosh, Mommy and Daddy aren't ready for that.
Oh, I'm still wearing my goldfish costume from last year. It still fits pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, this year, are you really going to be able to go out there and trick or treat all by yourself?
Yeah.
Well, you know, some fish in the real world swim together as a school
Yeah.
so that they don't always have to be alone.
Yeah.
I thought that maybe if I dressed up like an anglerfish and had a flashlight to light my own way, then I could go by myself. But now I realize that how sad it makes you, and so I am extending to you, my parents, an offer of would you like to come trick-or-treating with me?
Yes! We thought you'd never ask.
We secretly prepared costumes just in case.
Ready? Woo! We'll all be anglerfish.
All right, let's go eat some plankton.
Let's do it.
Yay!
All right, before we offer some final thanks to our scientists and our envoys, I want to tell you about the final day of the Bay Area Science Festival. It happens tomorrow, and perhaps the culminating event is happening tomorrow evening on Mount Tam. It's a Wonderfest event entitled, Is Anybody Out There? SETI researcher Dan Wertheimer of UC Berkeley, SETI standing for the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, will give a great slideshow and talk, and will be followed by, given a warm night perhaps on Mount Tam, we'll be followed by the urban astronomer to give a tour of the night sky. And finally, the people in the Mountain Theater up there on Mount Tam will walk down to the Spring parking lot to enjoy the big telescopes of the San Francisco amateur astronomers. So if you want to learn more about this, check out the Bay Area Science Festival online or go to wonderfest.org. I've got to mention one person who wasn't identified earlier here tonight, and that's a professor of statistics at Cornell University named Jacob Bien, B-I-E-N, Jacob Mui Bien. Jacob is a board member of Wonderfest, and he dreamt up this evening. In fact, he is the inventor of the Science Envoy concept. So if Jacob sees this online someday, thank you, Jacob. And thank you, improvisers. Thank you, scientists. Thank you, audience, for being here. Nighty night.